Angela Yee leaving the Breakfast Club wasn't the worst thing to happen to the team, because we all know Charlamagne is the real talent on the show. But Angela leaving left room for another female host to come in and host. Now,
damn, that's kind of messed up how she just came straight out the bat talking about Charlamagne being, the star player on the team.
During the period of time when Breakfast Club was having a series of guest hosts, we saw various women come and go and shake things up, like Claudia Jordan, Portia Williams, and Jess Hilarious. If you don't know, Jess Hilarious is a comedian and Instagram personality who got a lot of attention from her skits.
Sick and punished are the same in a black house.
You sure having a mighty lot of fun in there. I thought you were sick. You don't sound sick to me. Hold up, I know you're not in here playing the game. You sick, right?
Yeah, that's funny as hell. I miss these skits she used to make, for real, for real.
Been making serious moves in the industry, from her stand-up comedy tour to her appearances on Wild 'N Out. But one of her biggest career milestones was landing a guest hosting spot on The Breakfast Club alongside Charlamagne and DJ Envy. First, things were looking great. Jess was a regular guest host, and for the most part, the audience was feeling her energy. She meshed well with Charlamagne and Envy, bringing in a fresh comedic perspective that added to the show's dynamic. Naturally, people started assuming that Jess was next in line to be the official co-host. But here's the thing, The Breakfast Club never actually confirmed it, but that didn't stop Jess from jumping the gun and announcing it.
In December, Jess announced that she was the host, December 24th.
It was clearly a premature move. She went ahead and announced it at a party that she had secured the position. But behind the scenes, the show was still in process of selecting a permanent host.
Hey, speaking into existence.
They hadn't even finalized her contract yet, so when the announcement spread and then weeks passed by without any official confirmation from The Breakfast Club, fans were left confused. Despite the rocky start, Jess eventually did land the gig, but not without controversy. There were a lot of doubts about her fit for the role, and the show used that drama to fuel the rollout of her official position.
Where is Jess? I would think somebody like the Breakfast Club wouldn't need the clout chase. But knowing them, they probably want somebody light-skinned.
I'm just with the message. My news is real.
Jess Hilarious now comments on them saying these niggas is trash.
Y'all could have got somebody better than that. I'm not hating.
But this shit still brought attention, though. So if it brought attention, it had everybody sitting here watching or anticipating it or whatever, right? Then it worked. Just like what's going on right now. Jess Hilarious and the other girl, I guess, clashing with each other and stuff like that. This shit got me watching The Breakfast Club again.
People were excited to see what she'd bring to the table, and initially, things seemed very promising. She had good chemistry on air, her humor was a natural fit, and it looked like a solid lineup, until it wasn't. The issue? Jess was a comedian first, not a journalist. And while comedic relief is valuable, The Breakfast Club already has that with Charlamagne. But over time, concerns started piling up about her professionalism. Eventually, people felt over time that she wasn't taking her role seriously. She was struggling to read scripts, fumbling her headlines, and failing to do proper research for interviews. What started as small mistakes eventually became impossible for the audience to ignore.
Listen, and look, y'all, like, I'm really, really doing good. I'm killing it today.
As far as what?
You know what
Damn, that's fucked up.
I'm asking as far as what?
Because reading,
you can't tell people because then now they're gonna be looking. Just go with it.
No, they already looking.
Oh.
They be looking, and then that's why I got these long nails too. Because people had a problem with me
to follow the words.
Yeah, people had a problem with me reading with my finger. But it's like, what do you want me to do? Like if I'm looking down and it helps me read better. Some people need their fingers, so now I got these long nails so y'all can see I'm doing it in style. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
I keep telling Sim stop.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I like Jess Hilarious on this show. I ain't really watch The Breakfast Club like that, though, but I like her voice. I like her character. I like the way she jokes around all the time. Keep her ass on the show.
Sim is one of our producers. Stop giving Jess so many words.
No, don't upset us. Then you're making me sound stupid.
No,
like,
Damn,
get Jess too many words.
Now they do the rundown. They do the rundown and they explain it just in case. There's bullet points and then they explain it.
Okay.
Then came another major roadblock. her pregnancy. Just as she was settling into the role, Jess either found out she was pregnant or got pregnant early into her position. Naturally, that meant she had to take maternity leave, which opened the door for someone else to step in, Loren Larosa.
What's up, Lauren?
Who is a seasoned journalist with experience at major media outlets like TMZ, was already working at iHeartMedia. And when Jess had to step away, she personally recommended Loren as her temporary replacement. What happened next was not in Jess's favor. Loren quickly won over the audience. She was a natural fit, she was very polished, professional, and well prepared. She asked the right questions and always did thorough research and presented herself as a legitimate journalist. She gave the audiences no real reason to dislike her, and compared to Jess, who already been criticized for her lack of preparation, Loren's presence made the contrast even clearer. Now here's where the timing gets even worse for Jess. While fans liked her, they didn't love her, they simply liked her, but not enough to fight for her return. There wasn't a major outcry when Loren started taking over, and in an industry where timing is everything, Jess's pregnancy unfortunately came right when she was still trying to prove herself in the role. This is
I know, but why get pregnant like that? You know what I'm saying? That's just such bad fucking timing, bro. That's bad timing, for real.
something we see often in media time and time again. Women finally get a sought-after position, but circumstances, whether personal or professional, end up working against them. Like pregnancy, getting pregnant at the height of your career.
She shouldn't have got
In
pregnant
Jess's
either.
case, her lack of preparation and her maternity leave created the perfect storm for her replacement to shine. And once the audience grew attached to Loren, it became clear that Jess's time in the chair was running out. It was kind of a bad timing that even a comedian couldn't joke her way out of. The real issue started once Jess came back from maternity leave, because Loren was still there. She didn't budge from her newfound position, and no one was in a rush to push her out. Unlike most temporary replacements, Loren had cemented herself as a valuable part of the show. She had built her own fan base, and it was very clear the network wasn't eager to let her go. As time went on and social media comments started rolling in, Jess began feeling the pressure. Fans were
Yo, that shit was funny. She looked like she was just like, I'll slap the shit out you.
openly comparing the two, and many were favoring Loren's professionalism over Jess's comedic approach. This put Jess in an awkward and honestly humiliating position. She had personally recommended Loren only to come back and find herself in a silent competition for a role she thought she was already locked in.
Well, I guess that's how the freaking world works.
Tension started bubbling behind the scenes. Jess felt blindsided, and instead of keeping things low-key, she decided to air it all out on Instagram Live.
And she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. That's why I picked her. Y'all need to understand something. I'm never hating on Shorty. I already told her. I tell her every day. I tell her she's pretty every day. I tell her every day I big up.
Hey, yo, was she hating on the new girl or what? Was Just Hilarious hating? Let me know.
This woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay. Got it. Now.
Boy, them damn long pauses, boy. It's like, okay, did you hear what I just said? All right, think about what the fuck I just said. Let that shit soak into your brain. All right, carry on.
It's her segment. I went to the, you know what I'm saying? I was eating that shit up the whole year I co-hosted. Eating that shit up until I had to leave. You know what I'm saying?
So I had to leave. You shouldn't have left, motherfucker. Okay, that might sound hard saying that, but for real, she probably picked the wrong time to get pregnant, for real. But I guess shit happens.
Saying like, I had a baby. In this industry, what I'm doing ain't no right time to have a baby, so you have them when you have them.
I don't agree with that. It ain't no right time. What you mean it ain't no right time? It can be a right time. I feel like Beyonce, she had her kids at the right time. Or maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
I don't regret when I got pregnant. I don't. I got pregnant.
on fucking purpose. That's what I wanted, a baby, and that's what I got.
Nigga, you did it on purpose? How do you say that? Damn, I was rooting for you. How the hell you sit here and say that you had the baby on purpose and shit? Like, I guess she was just like, fuck it, congratulations. Anywho, let's keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Which doesn't help her case. She went online and dished everything about what was happening, about how she felt about the situation, and how she thought it was unfair. And if there's one thing we know about the Breakfast Club, it's that drama fuels a conversation. And in this case, it worked for the Breakfast Club. The drama surrounding Jess versus Loren gave their YouTube channel 1 million views. It was
Yes, sir. That shit worked because it brought me back. We making a video. I wasn't even supposed to be making a video, and I'm making one right now. Where's my mind at? We own this shit. Everybody tune in to the Breakfast Club because the shit's still gonna be heated. It's gonna be interesting. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's slow down.
was kind of messy behind the scenes conflict that had a lot of people locked in.
This is East Side High, West Side, whatever high we gonna be. We here and we together, so we got to figure this out. And everything's not a joke. And I can understand some of where you was coming from, but bro, part of that live I thought was crazy. I'm like, what, Jess? Like,
what part did you think was crazy?
What part? Because like,
what part?
It's not like you didn't hear anything in that live that I haven't said to you.
I heard a lot that you didn't say to me.
Okay, so what part did I not say to you?
Okay, so the part about the talking over each other and the hush, be quiet, because you talk about how you feel in real time, right?
Yeah,
I'm feeling in real time. That be quiet. That was crazy. The shut up. I was like, oh, okay, because what we really giving up here? Like, what's up?
Okay,
the audio yesterday.
Hold up, be quiet. How everybody a real estate agent? How everybody?
Because a lot of the wags do that.
You know what? And that's just her just talking like herself. That's just hilarious, just being her own black self, for real, for real. So she ain't even probably thinking of it like that. But at the same time, well, she ain't thinking about it as far as it being rude. Black girl magic. Chill out. Let's go.
Rihanna
for a long time.
And her outfit
this is
mattered.
No, listen, hush. This is not a Travis. No, Lauren. No. Just listen. Just please hush. This is not a Taylor Swift,
right?
But I didn't. None of that was said. You didn't say anything about that.
And then when I pulled you into the office with our EP with Eddie, the first thing I said to you was, Jess, we fighting for airtime and it shouldn't be like that. I want to know what can I do better as the two women sitting right here next to each other to make sure that don't happen, because it doesn't look good. It's not going to play well for either one of us.
I literally swear to God, I don't even remember you saying that.
And that's exactly why I had Eddie in the room, or EP. I never ever.
That sound like a checkmate move to me. That's why he had old dude Eddie in there. Come on, Eddie.
I heard that
because
when you've pulled me to the side a few times to ask me, are you okay? How do you feel like about the stories and things like that? You've never said what you just said to me. Now listen. I have said, hush, shut up. Like, yo, you overtalk. And like I said, I'm not about to be up here fighting for no mic. Like, I'm not doing that. If I already got the job, like, what am I doing? Like, I'm not. It's four voices. Three of us.
I ain't gonna lie to you though. I feel like she do talk a lot. The Lauren girl, I think it's her name, Lauren. Yeah, she do be rolling when she talk though. But hell, maybe she more talented than people may even know or see. She might end up with her own goddamn show. Like, I do see her being like the star. I think she's up there with Charlamagne though, for real, for real. I don't really care about DJ Envy, but I ain't finna get into that.
Us are very opinionated. You know what I mean? Me, you, and Charlamagne. I'm not saying Envy don't got.
I don't hate DJ Envy. I'm just saying he's not my favorite.
No opinion, but he don't jump in every single time there's dead air. You know what I'm saying? When you overtalk. And it's like the only time you can quiet down is somebody be like, shut up or hush.
My mom don't even tell me shut up, Jess. I'm a grown ass woman.
Yeah, that shit's still rude as fuck.
I understand. You could have said that on air right then and there. Or right after when you saying you put me in office.
Because the way that I do things when it comes to my job and my career, that's...
Hey, look, she's still trying to overtalk her right there with Just Hilarious still trying to prove her point. So I am trying to see this from both sides, not just being like one-sided with it. She do talk a lot.
Not what we on, and I told you from the jump I was never going to give that to you.
Okay.
Ever. And I did I not? Our first conversation, I said, if I ever have an issue with you, I'm going to handle it in a way where we can get through a conversation, because we grown, and regardless, you don't got to love me, you don't got to like me, but we here together. I'm here.
And listen, like I said earlier, the internet loves mess.
Yes, you are here.
And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit women against each other.
And you're here because of an opportunity that I extended.
The conversation on air still didn't leave a good taste in audiences' mouths when it came to Jess. Jess is
You know what? That was important as fuck what Jess Hilarious just said though, for real, for real. She did give you the opportunity. She picked it for you. So I guess to a certain extent it could be some more love thrown her way. But like I said, I don't watch the Breakfast Club enough to know how they really talk to each other. I don't know who really being rude. I don't know where the animosity is coming from between Lauren and Jess Hilarious. Who fucking knows, bro? It could be anything. But what she just said was hella important though. She put you on. She gave you the opportunity. So without her, you wouldn't be there right now.
isn't wrong for how she feels. She left and somebody else filled her position. What Jess didn't properly understand is that in corporate America, your job isn't always safe, but nobody will tell you the real issue. And that's the issue at hand. Having a baby shouldn't disqualify you for a position that you already have. She has every reason to be upset, but going online and expressing it on Instagram Live isn't the best option. From her point of view, Charlotte.
Hey, but that shit worked though. You got them views up. Now what I was saying when it happened was she was supposed to have been fired, but I don't think she's fired now. So what I'm saying, like, that wasn't the best decision to make, but just Hilarious being who she is probably why the ratings about to go up, and they might actually take the fuck off. They might take off.
And Envy, who she built relationships with, who had her back, didn't have her back in this situation, which is leaving you confused about the situation. They may not have thoroughly explained the situation to you, but you yourself have to learn how to read the room. Even though a lot of people can understand where Jess is coming from, it did bring more eyes to the show. It also reinforced the audience's perception that Jess wasn't handling things professionally. Instead of letting her work speak for itself, she let the frustration get the best of her, making the situation even more messier. In the end, the Breakfast Club got a boost in attention, both good and bad. But for Jess, it just made people question whether she was ever the right fit in the first place.
No, I don't. Well, I can't say no to that though, but I can't say whether she's the right fit or not. I think she was still a good fit. I think she could still work for them. I just think that I think the blessing in disguise is that her and this Lauren girl can actually coexist together, and it can work perfectly. Hell, if not, they can spin off. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't see the Breakfast Club being all that good no more after Angela Yee or whatever her name is. Excuse me. After she left, I thought the show would probably just go to hell because DJ Envy be just doing some light skin shit. Maybe that's not fair for me to say that. I don't know, but I like Charlemagne, but I don't really care about when DJ Envy give his opinions and shit like that. I'd rather hear Angela Yee say what she got to say before I want to hear what DJ Envy has to say. I'd rather hear what Jess Hilarious has to say before DJ Envy. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm thinking, I guess I might be going off track a little bit, but I'm thinking, how am I gonna say this? Charlemagne first, the new girl Lauren, then Jess Hilarious and DJ Envy. That's how I would go with the rankings of who I would want to hear on this show. And I do actually like when Jess Hilarious gives her opinions on shit though. So she is valuable. Fuck it. I mean, she's a learning experience too. She probably never had. Well, she hasn't had a job like this before. So I think she'll be straight though. For real. That's how I go moving forward. She won't have nothing to worry about. She'll be alright.
She probably has the top 50 easiest jobs in the world, and she wasn't taking that seriously, a position many people wanted to fight for. Meanwhile, Lauren comes from a journalism background. She's worked at established media outlets like TMZ, and she understands the importance of research, proper interview techniques, and presenting information in a polished way.
Alright, so I wanted to say this right quick. They say Jess Hilarious wasn't taking her job seriously. So I'm assuming by them saying that is when she had that baby then. But I know it's got to be more than just when she got pregnant and had the baby. I'm thinking, well, I mean, it's who she is though. They hired her to be who she was. And Jess Hilarious just fucking funny as fuck. And she always talking her shit. Like, that's what she's there for. I'm pretty sure of it. I think they tried to get her to start doing more than what she was probably capable of doing. They knew that the whole time they hired her, but I think they still liked her on the show. I think the biggest part is that they probably needed a fourth person. Maybe that's what was really going on behind scenes. They needed somebody else. They knew they probably wanted Jess Hilarious, or maybe Jess Hilarious was just supposed to be a temporary. Maybe she was the true temporary. until they could find a better pick or whatever. I don't even know how long her contract is or none of that. Or maybe it was just supposed to be 4 people. I mean, I don't know. I think this will be a good fit with the 4. I keep saying that shit over and over again, though, but I think the 4 of them will be all right together. I think keep Just Hilarious on and keep this new girl Loren on. Hell, get rid of DJ. No, you can't get rid of DJ Envy though, because he does do a good job, like keeping the show, I guess, like pushing forward like it's supposed to. He's not as opinionated. And to be honest, I don't like when he do be opinionated. So I don't know. Fuck it. Maybe I'm hating. If I am, so be it. I don't care. But yeah, leave the opinionated shit to Charlamagne and DJ Envy. You just keep the pace of the show going. You just keep on doing that DJ shit. I feel like I wasted a lot of time just like talking and pausing and stuff like that. Maybe even like repeating the same thing over and over again though. But I ain't made a video in a long time. And to be real with y'all, the video I was supposed to be recording today was supposed to be my girl cooking with Kaya, but I ain't made it around to her. This was supposed to be just a practice, not a practice. It's supposed to be a test run, and I just got into the moment. That's how I did cooking with Kaya when it started. That was a test run, and then I just ended up like doing her video. So hell, sometimes things just work out. But anywho, if you like the video, I know I've been going for a while, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this bad boy rolling. Let's grow the channel together. Peace.